2013 with the Timberwolves winning that exhibition game. Your Northland Ford starting lineup for the Timberwolves: Jeff Teague, Trey.
You, not in this broadcast, but down the road, we'll show you a picture of their practice court and the metrics that they're using as Karl Anthony Towns makes a nice basket that's been pretty fun to watch.
And so far, only 9.5% of their total field goal attempts in the preseason have been mid-range jumpers, which is good things out, as is really the norm now in the NBA. Andrew Wiggins. That was not Norris Cole puts it on the deck, finds Moore, who's able to bank it in.
He was more of a spot-up shooter. You look at his synergy numbers, and he spent a lot of time in spot-up situations in Brooklyn.
Graham out of the corner for the three.
There you go. Catch and shoot.
2.5% the year before.
That's why I said some nice games. Not a lot of nice games. He had some nice games, but you
Teague looking for Towns. Unable to get it to go. Hits the deck, but gets right back up. Feed inside, and Willie Workman. Wiggins kicks it out. Covington has not shot it well from downtown in the preseason. Towns will try the three and able to drill it.
Basketball, Rob Covington.
So good to see Rocco back on the floor. It's good to see it forces a miss, comes up with a board. Layman will try a three and make a three, make it a 12-0.
The rules changes they're implementing into the NBA first are tried both at the WNBA level and the G League level. See how they work.
Towns rattles it in.
And some of the connections to the Minnesota Timberwolves and this Maccabi Haifa team. Brandon Rush spent his last year in the NBA as a Minnesota Timberwolves.
Shot rattles in. It's what was a 14-0 run for Minnesota. Andrew Wiggins.
How about that?
Makes it a 17.
Elena Deladon did that this year for the Washington Mystics, and I'm so happy for Coach Mike Thibault and his coaching staff, Marianne Stanley and Anthony Towns. I'm just so happy for Coach Mike Thibault, though, because he was at Connecticut for a long time. He was a great coach. It's been a big problem, and it continues to be, and they need to fix that as well. Good ball movement by Minnesota.
And Rocco, the beneficiary.
Shabazz? I think that's a very fair question. I think at the end of the day, it's not as much a style as it is philosophy and where the modern NBA is and how to be efficient, how to be strategic.
That's interesting. When I went into the practice facility for the first time and saw the points per possession based on the shot selection, the spots.
And that's who we're going to be. I feel good about our young core. Having Jared Culver as a part of this is very important to us.
He's going to be a two-way guy, and all of a sudden, he does what he does, and you see him up close, and you go, we're going to have to extend this guy contract offer.
Again, it's him in player development to make him the best player he can be.
How tough was the draft for you? Because you came in about a month before the draft, and you're coming in giving you intel that you might not even really be familiar with. How tough of a situation was that?
Dave, it's and if I would have had it my way on May 1st, but it's the reality and it's the opportunity. But our staff did a great job. We executed well in the draft.
When you play for a Mike D'Antoni, Gerson, who promotes the three-point shot and wants you to shoot, especially in transition, it takes the limitations you have off.
Glenn and Becky Taylor, I'm very thankful to them because they share the vision I had, and it's not about one individual. It's about the Minneapolis fan and grew up cheering for this team and what he's doing for us. But you have not only good people, but
this is finally a modern team, Gerson, and what you've been able to do is simply amazing. How far along the path do you think you are in terms of implementing what you want to do to be able to make this a world-class?
We want to build something that has value, and where we're a winning team, we're a playoff team, and over time, we get a chance to be a team that's in contention for a championship. That's our.
Culver has it knocked away. Norris Cole feeds Vargas.
He's just been so great to work with, and he's just a smart guy. And talked about hitting the ground running. Gordon Jang gets spoon-fed by Jared.
And a guy who might be buried a little bit in that rotation. With all the depth in front of him now on this Timberwolves roster.
Stay prepared. You know, he may not get an opportunity early, but he's gonna have an opportunity. If Trevion Graham knocks that.
More than anything, Gorgie can handle what his role will be on the team, but he just wanted to know what his role is going to be on the team with the transfer.
Excellent coach here in Minnesota, and Pablo Prigioni, watching him on the court, you know, one of the things that's Josh Okogie knocks down
Tuesday, and then wrap up the exhibition portion of the schedule in Milwaukee on Thursday. We will have that game for you here on Fox Sports North coming up on Thursday night. Jake Layman running the floor and then flushes it home.
The block by Jake Layman at one end. Confidence.
And knowing that the coaches want you to shoot that shot does so much. And there's a guy the Timberwolves want to see.
Confident in his abilities.
No question.
He's so confident. He's a killer.
Gorgie Jang picking up some more. Culver got to play in Vegas in the Summer League. Culver didn't play because it was just a weird. Want to stay healthy for this team to have success.
Yeah, and you know, let's be honest. I mean, the reason why you're going to watch the games and the reason why you're going to come to the games is you're going to want to see Karl Anthony Towns play.
Welcome that. And it is interesting that they select Culver and Noel.
Well, with Jared Culver, you know what he's about. You know,
Brandon Rush out of the corner hits the triple.
Experience for them.
Willie Workman trying to guard Noel. Workman is a dual American and Israeli citizen wearing number 2. Won a Division III national championship at Amherst, and right on cue, takes a shot and makes it.
2 players to 1. And anytime you commit 2 defenders to 1 ball handler, bad things are going to happen.
Workman, the steal, Naz Reid with the ball.
Win-loss records.
Well, I had a feeling this might be a lopsided score, and we might need a couple of nuggets to discuss. Paychecks, in some way, he's signing, in some portion, he's signing our paychecks.
That's true.
So we love all of our sponsors.
We love our sponsors.
Played 1 year at LSU. Strong take to come into the NBA and say, yeah, I want to wear number 23. I mean, that says it all right there. Little floater will go with point.
It's a very, very good perimeter jump shooter played at Butler, who we haven't seen yet, but he's going to be a 2-way guy.
Reid gives it up for Noel.
So 2-way guys, you can pay them a little bit more, right? They're going to be called up. They're going to be brought up and down. You can actually bring any of them up, but you can zip it 10 guys. You know,
when you 2-way guys. Reid and the Timberwolves coming into play tonight.
You can just go to his timeline.
Very true. I did not check his timeline to see what the
See what I'm saying?
Sure.
Sustained on a minute-by-minute basis. Like, the practices are so fast-paced, and again, Jordan McLaughlin.
Marnie gets a player interview as the players go into the locker room, and we were a little bit slow in getting to the interview because Marnie said it's good. Yeah, we've got that. Aaron C. Hughes, our media relations director, letting us know that it's the players' ideas. Marnie reported. It is good.
Timber to be able to finish at the rim.
Moore able to rattle it home. Ryan Saunders has one of the analytics people for the Timberwolves on the bench this year. Cole Fisher is going to be on the bench all year. Wigginton, also a product of Canada, played basketball at Oak Hill Academy. 3:27 remaining. Timberwolves will get their first win this preseason.
And then the Minnesota Timberwolves were in the top 5 of mid-range shots attempted per game as Jordan Murphy. Gopher fan back at me and us because he is determined. And when you look at the Houston Rockets, I mean, he came from a system. Houston Rockets were 30th in the NBA. Well,
want to make the players fit the philosophy and not the other way around. And Ryan reiterated that before the game tonight, that they are sticking with the.
I think anytime you can have and introduce your product to different parts of the planet is important. And so building relationship with visitors to it.
That's going to close it out. Timberwolves had that big run in the second quarter, 25-2 run.